Girls, how you doing? Let's not pick a card, and today is gonna be a bit triggering, meaning what would happen if you met randomly. So, that could be interesting. Okay, so stay cool. Really, just tarot as I always say. So we do 2 piles, and then we develop, and of course we have those beautiful major arcana from the soul card. So let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2. So pile number 1, what would happen if you met randomly? The Child, the Wheel of Fortune, King of Wands. Ooh, interesting. Well. There is definitely action for sure. Movement forward, it would be kind of like, I don't know why, I feel a bit funny about this, just because the Child normally goes for victory, there's no doubt. But I have a funny feeling that, as we know, the Wheel of Fortune, yes, is generally positive, of course, is unblocking a situation, but it's also the free will. Someone can decide to be acting like an idiot or actually moving forward. What do you think? For me, it could be a lot of attitude. King of Wands, male, female, doesn't matter. Okay, we know about gender here. It's about an attitude. It's a lot of ego. It could be like, how you doing? Or something like this, kind of like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm absolutely fantastic. You know, I'm doing so well. Whatever. I'm not sure. Okay, so when Axelle is not sure, Axelle need to find out. A fool? Really? That could be that as well. Yes, it could be as well. Don't get me wrong. It could be very spontaneous. Let's go. Let's take a leap of faith. Let's just rock and roll, because this is a lot of rock and roll for sure. But this little one here, Okay, let's find out. Hiding the heart, protecting the heart. A lot of attitude. I can feel it. And coming from a French girl, I know about attitude. No. Kidding. Right, okay, so for me, someone has a choice. Of course, you always have a choice, a free will. You're either going to be cool or you're going to be pretending that you don't feel anything. Someone can choose to stay cold, can stay controlled, arrogant, very much in control. Can definitely do that. But you're the star. So you're going to see through that rubbish anyway, forget about it. Because you tick all the boxes. So when they're going to meet you, if they meet you randomly, of course, they will be very impressed, you know. Oh, she or he look amazing, even better than I remember, or something like that. And that connection between you two is still very, je ne sais quoi, as we say, right? It's really intense, and they can see, wow, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel. But they can choose how long the tunnel is going to be. Are they going to lie? Are they going to balance the emotion and stay cool? Which one is going to be? You're going to receive the fruit of your labor. So I'm positive about it, even though you kind of destroyed it all, Axelle. No, but the thing is, if you're prepared for an attitude, then yeah, okay, that's how you're gonna play it. Okay, cool, no problem, because you're prepared. You're not gonna be no, you're gonna be all right. There we go. Arrivederci. So, my opinion, eventually that person will come around. But you know how long it's gonna take. Yes, we have the inner child within. That was what? You know. I mean, come on, guys. We know. You know, you belong to each other. Boom, bada, boom. It's obvious. That's that. You know, you have something in the eyes when you meet. There is a, switch on. You know, it's something you can have 95 years old people, and you see that light. It doesn't change anything. You have that light because you know you recognize each other when you together, you at home. So at first, it will be a little bit of attitude. But let's not forget, protecting the heart. We all know the King of Wands, when he or she, doesn't matter the gender again, meets the Queen of Wands, become the King of Cups. So it's all about the heart. So they protect the heart. So they might give you, you know, like a bit of bravado kind of things, or I'm cool, I'm just standing. What's your name again? Kind of something like this, right? Really? Come on, people. Eventually, you know, that those sword will come down eventually. So let's have a major arcana from the soul card. So far it's been entertaining. Yep. Justice, of course. Because at some point, it's going to be the balance of the emotion. You know, that's what we were saying in the star. Where is the star? Eventually, that will happen. You see? Balancing is inevitable. You cannot lie to yourself forever. When you have the opportunity to meet your inner child connection, you don't mess around, because it's very rare. You're lucky if you met that particular person with who you feel at home. Amazing. So justice, yeah, it's about, rebalancing the emotion, do the right thing. And maybe they're going to say, well, yeah, I intended to call you, or because this happened, or I went through a divorce, or whatever, trying to make the situation right and trying to prepare to come to see you, because at the end, you have inevitably, victory. But I think there is a little bit of a, attitude first. It's all right. It's fun. It's a bit of spice, isn't it? Somehow. Yes, Axelle, of course. Okay, pile number 2. What was that? What would happen if you met randomly? 7 of Swords. What? Ace of Wands. Ace of Cups. Wow. But I think it's much more forward, even though they're going to play or trying to run away from the emotion. But come on, with those two, are you kidding me? Now, they may try to control the mind for a while. Absolutely right. And that's okay, because sometimes, you just don't know how to handle it. No wonder. Because it's a love at first sight. And we have so much chemistry, it's insane. So for me, the Vavavoom is going to win, because that's going to be the opportunity, if you meet randomly, to start all over again. And they will say, even though at first it might go a little bit, surprise, of course, surprise. But then again, it's a start, it's a restart, it's a re-beginning, you name it. Okay, so let's have information. They're going to say that, yes, of course, there was a magician. They were running away from the emotion. They were wearing a mask. They're going to confirm all of that. But they manifested you, and they're manifesting you again. Randomly. There's no random. Things happen because, it's pre-programmed. You kind of decided with your brain somehow, right? Another ace? Seriously? So they're going to tell you they went through hell and back. They went through a 10 of Swords that was outrageous. And at the same time, now they know what they want and they know who they want. There is an idea of re-beginning here, very powerful. You're going to probably cover your heart a little bit. You're going to be the one like, whoa, hold on a minute. Chillax. Because you do feel a lot for that person, but you have been hurt. For me, there is a history, between you two that has been difficult. If it's a 10 of Swords, before the Ace of Swords, it must have been hard, right? Definitely. You think so? Bam, definitely. So it was quite dramatic. Maybe it was, all your story has been very explosive, very shocking, very like only those things happening in crazy ways, and it's just like, what then? Where's next? You know what I mean? So maybe as well you broke up, but you realized that there was a reason for it that allow you to have a restart, because the way it was before couldn't continue. It couldn't work because someone obviously was running away from the emotion, or maybe from the intensity of this connection, because obviously it's really powerful, right? Yeah, someone was going very slow, and maybe it's your turn now to go a little bit like piano, right? Because I know how fast I went the last time, it didn't really work, so I'm a little bit cautious, but you have a wish granted. So for me, you will end up go for a cup of tea or coffee, have maybe a lunch, and end up spending the rest of the day together, because you have that time where, well, you don't see the time. That is it. You're one of those moments when time just froze and you just enjoy each other company. You can speak for hours and discover, or discover the positive. You know what I'm saying, right? Whatever, it's been a mission, and you appreciate that calm, that very much, that peace after all that storm and all those moments of craziness. Happy ever after. Okay, so for me, if you meet randomly, which how randomly would that be, I don't know, let's go, let's do this. Okay, so let's have a major arcana from the soul card, and I hope it's gonna keep us on that fairy tale vibe. Please. You're a fan, yeah? You think so? Very much. Perfect. Always perfect, those cards. It's just, you're meant to be together. You needed both to grow. You both needed to learn some lesson and become the best version of yourself. There was a logic in that craziness, even though it was quite intense. It was meant to be. And as a result, you inevitably come back together, reconnect, meet randomly again. There's no random in this world, isn't it? In this, whatever. On this note, have a beautiful day and I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah, ciao.